Before 2019, the inflation rate stayed at a low level of around 2%. In 2022, the inflation rate jumped to 10%, mainly due to the soaring energy prices. Before 2019, the Dutch GDP growth rate remained at a relatively high level of around 2%. In 2020, the pandemic caused a sharp decline in the GDP growth. In 2021, the economic growth rate jumped to 6.2%. Before 2019, the Dutch unemployment rate continued to decline. In 2021, the unemployment rate rose slightly. After 2022, the Dutch economy is gradually recovering from the impact of pandemic, which promotes employment.
Continue increase, especially in COVID-19. That is because the Dutch government has taken a lot of measures like TOZO and so on to help business and individuals tide over this difficulty. In this light, we could say the investment growth slowed down. That is because the demand reduced and economic and policies uncertainties. But as the economy gradually recovered from COVID-19, increased demand have led to rise inflationary pressures. To control inflation, the central bank raised interest rate to 4.5%.
Wages in the Netherlands have been on an upward trend from 2014 to 2023 due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The growth from 2020 to 2021 was smaller. From 2014 to 2015, due to the sharp drop in global oil price, the Dutch currency depreciated. Between 2020 to 2021, the exchange rate has fluctuated, which may be reflected to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic.
In March 2020, the government implemented comprehensive measures for employers and employees. Empirical data shows that soon after measures, the rising unemployment rate was effectively contained and fluctuated down. The falling real wages also showed a fluctuating recovery. The supply side of labor is reflected by WS curve. The following factors shift the WS curve. First, temporarily reducing the working hours of workers, which means a fall in the disutility of effort. Second, providing subsidies to enterprises on the condition of salary reduction. There are a bargaining restriction on unions. The demand side of labor is reflected by PS curve. The following factors shift the PS curve up. First, training and retraining services. This increases the productivity of workers. Second, tax deferral and tax incentives. This means a decline in the tax badge. Third, the government has taken various measures to reduce business operating costs. These measures reduced the markup. Before the implementations of above measures, the labor market equilibrium is located on point A. After the measures are implemented, PS shift down and WS shift up. This means the equilibrium unemployment rate falls and the wage rises.
In previous model, WSPS, we analyzed the result that WS moved down at WS apostrophe, PS move up to PS apostrophe apostrophe, and get a new real wage point from point A to point C. At this period, N increase, Y also increase. So ERU move up to ERU apostrophe apostrophe. In this intermediate equilibrium, Q changes from Q1 to Q3. However, the progress of changing Q caused the real exchange rate to decline. That is because this function, when Q increase, QE also increase, PC also increase. That means W over PC decline. So the PC apostrophe apostrophe should move down to PC apostrophe, and they will get a new point B with WS apostrophe. This point is the final equilibrium point. At this point, point B is over the BP. So that means economy has entered the trade surplus, and increase of equilibrium output to YE apostrophe. That means the apostrophe unemployment rate decline.
Due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the GDP declined from December 2019 to July 2020. After that, GDP gradually recovered. Inflation rate dropped sharply from December 2019 to May 2020 due to the low loan interest rate implemented. The inflation shows an upward trend. In order to cap the negative impact of COVID-19 on the economy, banks lowered loan interest rate. After the economy recovered, banks gradually raised loan interest rate. Special policies adopted by the central bank, including lowering benchmark interest rate, purchasing assets, providing liquidity support, and supporting loan conditions. Then use the ISPCMR model to explain these trends. The aggregate demand shock caused by COVID-19 pandemic caused the S-curve to shift to the left, Y0 drop to Y1, and the inflation rate drops to pi0. CB for systems PC and choose desired point C. The central bank lowers the interest rate to R0. Y1 moves to Y2. The inflation rate rises to pi1, and the ISPR moves right to ISPR. Then the central bank raises the interest rate to RC. The higher interest rate causes Y2 to return to Y0. The inflation rate returns to pi t, and the S curve shifts left to its original position.